Hello everyone, and welcome to my second attempt at my first live stream. Today we are going to be playing Train Simulator 2020. I am also accompanied on this live stream by a really good friend, Mark. Mark, say hi.
Hello.
And today I'll just be looking at maybe probably doing a few routes on Train Simulator. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh. Give me a second, guys. The one thing I was hoping wouldn't happen has happened. The game decided to crash on me. Hello, Rebecca, and hello to you too, Mar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just start up the game whilst the stream's going. I had a funny feeling that it might have right, so I'm just gonna go and restart the game and hope that the live stream will just automatically detect that the game is running. Get a better computer. I think you mean get a better computer, and I already know that I need a better computer. Rebecca, the game crashed when I was. Sorry about that, by the way. Can you still hear me okay, Mark? Just making sure that Discord's not being impacted. No, because what's happened is I've loaded up the game and I've come out the game, but then because I tried to go back into the game, it's come up with an error message. So here's hoping that the live stream might actually work and that the streaming software will automatically detect that I'm already on the game. The good thing is on my tablet I can see everything about the stream, so the only issue is I've not picked up anything yet. Oh no, there we go, and typical, the live stream's behind. Again. Yeah, but it's just a matter of how the loading screen will take it.
As long as you don't tab out, you'll be alright.
Well, it does still say though, Mark, that the stream status is poor. Plus as well the fact the backgrounds aren't showing on the loading screen.
The loading bar is still there though, so it is still loading.
Yeah, I can see that it might not be that the actual the stream may not run parallel to what I'm currently doing, so if it seems like it's behind, as long as you can still see what's happening, as well, see how things go. Let's just hope we actually get further than we did the last time, and the stream doesn't get cut off.
I just started loading a route, and like literally 3 seconds ago, and I've already forgot why I'm loading.
Yeah, I think actually on one hand what would be a really nice feature to have alongside the screenshots that the loading screen has is the ability to see like themed screenshots of the route that you're going to do. So oh, there's the click. I think we're getting somewhere. Come on, train simulator, work for me. Don't crash. But yeah, I really think that that would be a nice feature to have, is where you're able to see, like at the start of the loading screen, it gives you a brief description of the route that you're driving on, and a few screenshots of that particular route that other players have uploaded and that are being used, and then it goes on to show other routes. It'd be nice to have something like that. I don't know what's happening with the screenshots this time though, guys. For some reason it doesn't want to actually show screenshots in the live stream, but here's hoping it won't be too long, because I did just hear a click sound, so it should load me into the station shortly. Sure does like taking its time though, because that's been 2-3 minutes now since I heard the click and it's still on the loading screen. Normally it does take at least 3 to 5 minutes for the game then to actually load you into the platform. Yes, I can see the messages okay, Rebecca. I've got the details of the stream on a different device, so I've actually not got many programs running in the background on the desktop. Oh, there we go, I have an excellent connection now. If only the game would just start up properly. Still loading up the route. It's probably just loading up like the scenery around the area, the station, the platforms, all the signals, the gantries. Everything in the route is just getting the route ready, that's why it's taking so long. I think. Can you still hear me okay, Mark? 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 Hello? Mark, he'll see your messages on the live chat, but I don't know if he's hearing me. Now, don't flood the chat.
I am having some bad connection.
Right, I can hear you again though, I can't hear you again. Come on, Train Simulator, please.
My internet's on a go slow. I can't see what's going on in the chat because my phone won't connect.
I can... yes, it's working! The loading bar's disappeared, so it's actually working. It's okay, Mark, you're not... you can still, once you can see the chat, you can still moderate it, but I can see the chat now as well, as I'm using the tablet to view the details of the live stream. Right, the loading screen's now disappeared, so I'm just waiting for the... I should be about to load in a minute. Or 2. Or 3. Maybe even 4. It's getting somewhere, it is getting somewhere, it's just taking its time. But it does go and build up the suspense, so... You still there, Mark?
Yeah, all the internet on my phone is just crashed.
Have you got another device like I'm doing that you can use?
No. The only thing I do have is my phone, which is what I'm using. So I'm just going to leave the Wi-Fi turned off for a little bit.
Okay, that's it loaded on my end. No, don't rush me, Mar, because I need to make sure I get this exactly right, because if I do it wrong, the train will hate me for it. Right, okay, so I need to do the master key first.
Pendolino.
I'm just starting up the process of getting the train to run. Right, so what I'll do just now is I'm going to give you a look at the train from the outside.
Buffering for me.
So if you can see the image now, this train that I'm driving is a Virgin Class 390 Pendolino. The station that I am currently parked in and will be departing from soon is Glasgow Central. So
Oh,
platform 1. I'm in Glasgow Central platform 1, as you can see down here. Just need to finish the startup process. So I want to load. I want to put the lights on to passenger. I want to. What else? Set that. That. And then that. And then what I'm going to want to do is load up the train. That's weird though, one of the train doors hasn't opened. That's weird. One thing I actually want to mention though is that this train in real life doesn't actually have this sort of design, or as it's referred to as in its proper term, livery. Normally this train in real life just has the white color like along the cars here. It just has this spanning the whole train, but thanks to Mark, I've actually been able to customize the train a bit, and the livery on this train is Virgin Radio. Yeah, look, we're back. So just wait for the doors to shut, which they have. So we are now officially ready to begin the journey. So let's go and head off then, shall we? And I'm just going to get ready to do a speed set so I don't go faster than the speed limit.
I think I'm going to drive an Intercity 225.
What route are you going to drive?
Same as you, because that's the only route I have in Scotland.
You should do it the opposite way. You should go from Carlisle to Glasgow Central.
No, because that means I have to drive the 91 end rather than the DVT, and that means I have the constant sound of the traction motor.
Because you're doing it as an actual
And
scenario, aren't you?
no, I'm doing a quick drive, but the traction motors and the fan is like really annoying after 10 minutes of driving.
Well, now that I have to go and say now that the game's loaded and it's running, that's actually looking really good on the live stream. YouTube's not coming back telling me. It can be easy at times, Rebecca. But as you play the game, especially if you play it in career mode, it can get more difficult because you can get penalties for speeding. You can get penalties from overshooting a station, passing a signal at danger, also known as a SPAD, which is signal passed at danger. But with what me and Mark are both basically doing is we're both on the same route, but it's not like an online mode, so we won't get penalised because we're on a quick drive and we're not doing an actual scenario. Also, the only reason that I'm going so slow is because I need to stick to the speed limits. But you will see the train go faster.
Is this Craig and Tinny? It does.
But don't worry, Mar, you're not being ignored. And there I go speeding. So the train's going to bring me back down under the speed limit.
So, what number are you driving again?
What number am I driving? I'm driving a Class 390 040.
Ah,
That's the train that I'm driving.
I've got 91 127 and DVT number 82205 Flying Sky.
Cheer up, Mar, you're not being ignored. How could any of us ignore you, Mar?
So we got Virgin Trains East Coast and Virgin Trains West Coast.
Oh, Mark, you just hear what Mars just said.
Yes, I noticed. It's the Battle of the Virgin.
Oh, God. No, Rebecca, to answer your question, well, actually, I could turn to Mark about this. Mark, can you actually create your own train? You know how I told you in World Editor you could create stuff? Could you create your own consist?
You can create your own consist, yeah.
Well, yeah, Rebecca, to an extent you can. And then just set speed set again so I don't go too fast.
I don't think the East Coast sets would have gone to Glasgow Central.
Well, like, that's what I like doing sometimes, Mark. It's just taking a train that doesn't normally drive that route on that route.
Yeah, but I I got over 500 hours, and most of those hours I've spent driving realistically, so I'll just see it as a divert from Edinburgh Waverley just up to Glasgow.
Because, like, as I told you in the past, Mark, I drove Class 170s on the Kyle line. And none of which any of those trains have driven on that line before. I just decided to stir things up a bit.
Hmm. I think the only thing I've done out of the ordinary was drive a Class 91 on the Riviera line.
Mar, this train I don't think can go up. I think, no, this train that I'm driving can only go up as far as 125, 130 miles an hour. Is that right, Mark?
It maxes out at about 145, whereas the Chad train I have maxes out at 160.
Well, the train that I've got, that I'm driving just now, can out of all electric trains, this is the fastest one. Um, I think I'm right in saying that this is usually the train used on express lines, isn't that right, Mark? As it's quite a fairly
Express
fast
line,
service.
it is. They are usually used on direct services from London Euston to Glasgow Central, Manchester, or Blackpool North. I had to think then.
Oh, lag spike. Oh, I just heard us shouting there. And clapping too.
Not really, Mari's cheating by using the speed set.
Well, there's nothing. It's there to be used, Mark, so it's not actually a cheat. It's there to be used.
You're not meant to use it 24/7.
I use it only to. Uh, right, so we're approaching the first stop.
If I was you, I'd only stop at Motherwell and Carstairs because that's more realistic.
Alright, okay, I'll just keep going then.
So when you see Motherwell, apply your brake. All the other intermediate stations would be for stopping commuters, etc. Express commuter actually, because Carlisle is quite far.
Oh, Rebecca, that's the one thing on Train Simulator. The trains never get dirty.
Yeah, that's what you think. There is actually some reskins you can get that do make trains quite rough. Like the train I have currently, it's quite weathered around the bay. Around the bogies and such, it's quite dull. Quite dull.
And if you look to the right, you see a lovely tree. All in all, the journey that me and Mark are both doing, no matter which direction we're going, is around the 101 to 100 to 105 mark, I think.
101 miles an hour. Not miles, miles an hour.
Miles
Blech,
to
miles.
go.
But on average, about 105. So yeah.
And then you see a bus going over.
Trains tend to carry two horns, Rebecca, a high tone and a low tone.
Like the high tone is this one, isn't it? And then the low tone is this. If my horn will actually work. There we go. The next station that we're passing on the other lines is Newton. I actually, in real life, I've been to that station before, because I've got family that lives near that station. And quite often, if I wanted to go to train spot around that area, I would go and ask my dad to take me to the station. Should I stop at Addington, Mark? No.
Motherwell and Carstairs.
Oh, I can go and increase my speed again.
Oh, my phone's lost connection to the internet again.
Well, if you really want to see some better perspective on the train and the scenery, then I can do this.
I'm just going to turn my phone off. I'll use Chrome for the moderation.
Yeah, just use that. I can still see the chat log as well, Mark. I can see it too, so. That actually is working really well now.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Bees. Not the bees. Oh, there it is. It's just coming on the map.
Mar, I'm the train driver. I don't clean the train.
Cleaning trains would have been my job if I went for it. Could have gone for it.
Oh, I've got a fast warning. If I don't clean your that, I'm gonna get stopped. Oh, that was close.
But get back in the cab because
I'm
you'll
back
become.
in the cab now. Yeah, but Rebecca, that is one thing. I do appreciate the compliment, but one thing compared to a simulation is it's way more demanding in real life. You don't have a mouse to control the the throttle, the reverser. Pardon me. One thing I'll actually want to do just now is I'm going to want to put the...
Oh no. I am currently stopping at Carstairs? Motherwell.
Wait, you're going the same way as me?
Yeah.
How have you...
Because
I'm only
it's
just
more realistic.
approaching Motherwell.
That's because the Intercity 225 is a lot better.
Stream is actually not that far behind now, I don't think.
It's about
It's actually about
2,
caught up.
which is good. It's about 30 seconds behind.
So right now our first stop is Motherwell. Bark's actually overtaken me because he's on a faster train.
Do you want to know something ironic?
What?
It's older as well.
Well then, how on earth have you actually got ahead of me then, Mark?
Because it's faster. It's faster, but it's older.
The answer to your question, Rebecca. Oh, I'm gonna crash into a bus! The level crossing isn't working here, I'm gonna crash! Yeah, I went straight through a bus. The level crossing wasn't working, it's let vehicles go through. Oh, that was one flaw. I didn't encounter that issue when I did this route 2 nights ago. That was not my fault. That is the positioning of the crossing. It's...
Right, they've just departed. I say just about a minute ago. Departed Motherwell.
Perfect stop. And just move out the train for a second.
I'm just about to pass Shield Mirror.
This will allow me just to get myself a quick drink of juice.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
I just realised something about that livery.
Which one? The one I'm using?
Yeah.
What?
Well. Virgin Radio.
What about it?
Well, Virgin Radio. Is it ran by virgins or something?
Mark!
Sorry.
Family friendly, remember?
It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mar! Family friendly! Jeez! I don't want this video taken down. No, you will not. Well, Mar, if you try to train surf on this, you're going to get a mighty shock.
Shocking.
Yeah, that will be shocking, alright, Mark. You tell her. You will get a major shock because God only knows how much electricity is going through those overhead wires right now. God only knows what current's going through them.
25,000 volts.
Oh yeah, so Mar, you want to get shocked by 25,000 volts? That would be enough to roast you. Don't you give me that frowny face.
AWS, please. Ugh.
Yeah, Mark, don't forget to AWS.
No, I was spamming Q and it didn't let me clear it, so I just got AWS.
SMH. SMH.
So, oh shit. Oh, okay.
But you mind your language, Mark! Jeez! Wait a minute. I just realised actually, I've said it's not made for kids, but there's no age restriction on it.
Yeah, but if there is children up at bloody 1:45 in the morning, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, but Mark,
Yep.
this is going to save to my
Oh,
library
yeah.
after.
That's a good point. Can you, like, make it unlisted once we're done, please?
But I want people to be able to see this!
You want your fucking bollocks? No.
Mark! Just fight the urge to swear!
I can't, I swear so often. It's
As long
kind
as
of
it's not pure, as long as the viewers aren't too young, there won't be any issue. If YouTube contact me and ask me to take it down, I'll then take it down.
Yeah, but they might inflict stuff on your channel that could cause an issue.
Well, I'd probably just get let off the first time, Mark, because I've not had any strikes put against me. I've always followed.
They'll support you for it.
I hope I wasn't meant to stop at Shield Mirror because I've just passed straight through.
Yeah, just
What?
because you stopped. Well, you just need to stop at cast.
Oops. Lack of attention. Just... Mark, I know how to stop... Oh, well no, that might actually encourage it even more.
What?
I was going to say I might know one way to stop you swearing.
Yeah.
When you feel the urge to swear, pinch yourself, but that might go and make it worse.
That'll make me go swear even more. Nice one.
But if you feel that you're about to swear, just say something else.
Like what?
Something that isn't a swear.
Banana.
Yeah, say
Broomstick.
banana. Or just say fruit. Because it also would encourage viewers to eat 5 a day. So, say 5 different fruits. I'm sorry about his cursing, everyone. Don't worry. He'll get it under control.
Only 4 people watching, and I think 2 of them that are actually watching are in the. I don't know if
Because I
admins
have
count.
seen live stream videos, Mark, where AWS. Oh, there we go. Got that. But
But
Mark, I've seen other live streams where people swear.
but their channels might not have been like fully made for jail.
Oh, great. I'm grinding to a halt.
Why? What'd you miss?
I think it was the AWS. Even though I did get it, it kinda jumped the gun a bit. So like the button appeared and then didn't appear. Like the button on the HUD lit up. I managed to press Q, but then I hadn't got the task done in time, so I just need to do that.
That's what it did to me. Like you could hear the almost. You could hear the button mashing on my end, and it wasn't clearing the AWS.
But I have managed to figure out how to get it to work now.
Good.
I've just figured out now that what I just need to do is just mash the Q button a few times. Just to make sure it definitely is cleared, then set the reverser back to forward and then put the throttle back up again.
Just about to pass Kaluk.
Well, I'm on the move again.
I appear to be struggling to get up to speed up this gradient.
Well, that's the good thing as well, Mark, about using speed set. It constantly adjusts everything so that you can make it up a gradient. And it also helps to decrease your speed if you're going downhill?
Guys, these trains were built in the 80s, they don't have that.
Oh, diddums.
That's what makes them cooler and more interesting to drive.
Yeah, but the Pendolino makes less noise.
How do you know?
Well, considering I'm listening to it as I'm the one driving this train just now.
Ah, but that's what you don't know. One end is powered, one end is not on this train. It's a locomotive, technically. If the DVT fails, the Class 91 can run around the set and run backwards. And yes, Rebecca, we can still see the comments okay.
Night, Mars. See you later. If you haven't already left.
Which is why Class 91s have two caps. They have a blunt end and a nose.
Right, well, I stop at Carluke because I never stopped at the last station.
Well, if it's not named Carstairs or Motherwell,
Right, okay, I'm gonna keep going.
because intercity services don't usually stop at those stations.
Was I to stop at Shieldmuir?
No.
Oh, well, okay then. I was actually never did anything wrong then. Oh, my stream's had a like. Thank you for the like. That was probably Mard after leaving, I think.
3.
What?
It's got 3.
Oh no, 2 likes now.
It's got 3.
Well, mine's might be still updating, but from what I'm seeing...
I just realised step 1 braking has been on the whole time. That was a bit stupid.
Actually, that is a good question, Rebecca. Mark, if an NPC was to just walk on the track, would they get killed by the train?
Realistically, yes, but in this game, no. They just go through the train.
Yeah, the train would just go through an NPC on the game, but if you were actually to track walk, that's one actually, and that I think marks something we should actually be doing in this video too, is actually strongly recommending you never try things like that in real life.
Fortunately, with lockdown in place, everyone's making the excuse of, oh, trains aren't running, let's go track walk. For people to actually know, engineers trains do still run, permanent way trains do still run, the lines are still live, don't trespass.
There, see, you struggled there. And also to those that might actually be driving as well in their cars, just please don't run the risk. If you approach a level crossing and the barriers come down, it's warning you of an oncoming train. Just do not even think for 1 second of going and risking your own life because you might be late for something. I'm sure that people in charge would understand that you got held up by a train passing rather than you getting a report a day or so later saying that they had lost one of their staff because they decided to cross a level crossing and got hit by a train. Because it's not a nice experience to put your family through. It's a horrific way to die, if you ask me, because you leave those that care about you scarred. So please just stay safe around the railway, follow any guidelines, and that obey level crossings, don't track walk, and stay alive. Stay alive for those that care about you, and also for yourself too.
I'm approaching Carstairs.
Well, I'm just about to come up to Cleghorn up. So, or...
Know something.
Pardon?
Do you want to know something?
What?
Despite going down in the country towards London, the up line is facing London and the down line is facing Scotland.
I never thought of it like that.
That's how it works. I'm stopping at Carstairs platform 1.
There is a lot of buttons, Rebecca. Mark might need to help with some of them, but he might not actually be able to tell you the ones that I'm driving because I'm driving a different train than him. But I'll do my best whilst also keeping an eye on the track to make sure I don't miss anything.
Can't open my door. And the bloody DRA's been on the whole time as well.
Well, I thought you had to normally go and tell that off. Turn that off at the start of the journey, Mark.
I don't know if it's been on the whole time or I just turned it on. Oh, I did, because I pressed Y. Never mind. But I did have braking on for a long time.
I'll start off, Rebecca, by just telling you the key buttons, like the key controls. Oh, hang on, hold that thought. I can do a much better tour when I get to Carstairs.
Can't actually open the doors at Carstairs, just stop there for a minute or two.
Sure, I managed to open them.
No, I can't.
Well, you're driving a different train, remember? You have to line the train up correctly. If it...
I am perfectly in the platform. I've got hiccups. Oh no. But yeah, I am perfectly in the platform, so... You're coming in a bit too hot.
What?
Coming in a bit too hot on the live stream.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've slowed down.
I know, but you've had to apply a fair amount of braking. Never mind. It looked like you were closer than you actually were. Ignore me.
You are ignored.
Good.
Joking. What I normally do is I just try to get myself a perfect stop just before the signal and the platform end.
But yeah, that's normally how it would work in real life as well.
Yeah, I've stopped, and I've managed to open up the train doors.
Well, I can't, so don't put it in.
Oh, could you not stop at could you not open the doors and let passengers on and off?
You know what? I'm going to move the train back a bit and see if it makes a difference.
Are you still at Carstairs?
Currently, yes.
You'd already left.
No. Oh, now I can open the doors.
Let me guess, you overshot, didn't you?
No, I was still in the platform, but it wouldn't let me open the doors. Now the doors have closed, and now I
I'm
can go.
laughing because on the doors all it just says is that my destination is special. What does it say on the front of the train? Does it actually say where I'm going on the front?
It's onwards to Carlisle.
I thought the front of the train would say where I was headed to, but it doesn't actually. It doesn't say for me that I'm headed to Carlisle on the doors.
To set it manually.
How do I set it manually?
Good question. I don't
Well,
think
let me
there is
just
actually destination blind in the nose.
let me have a look here. Well, what I'll do just now, Rebecca, before I depart, is I will tell you what some of the things are, or the controls are. I'll just tell you the um, key um, controls and that. So here, this area here is mainly the throttle. You've got the reverser down here at the bottom, along with the emergency brake stop button next to that. As you can see, the big red button. Um, Above the reverser, you've got what's called the master key. I was about to say master control, although you could technically argue master control as well. But
Um,
its proper term is the master key. If that is not turned on at the start of the journey, nothing will work. The master key needs to be switched on in order for you to use the rest of the controls. This lever here is the throttle, so the further down the throttle is, the more power is applied to the train. As you can see, if I zoom in closely, you've got numbers you've got E654321 in red. They're the brakes, E obviously being emergency brake. The blue dot is off, meaning it's like a neutral position. And then green 1, 2, 3, 4 is the throttle. The higher up that number you are, the faster the train goes.
Say the faster the train goes, it just gives power to the traction mode.
This lever over here is the horn. These controls here, alongside these ones here, control the doors for loading and unloading passengers. You've got a onboard computer that tells you the speed of your train, along with a speedometer here. The AWS. Mark, what can you actually help out there with that one? What's the actual term for AWS?
Automatic warning system.
And that helps with approaching signals,
Yes.
doesn't it?
The AWS warning horn will go off when approaching a signal that is adverse. i.e. double yellow, yellow or red. It'll make a bing or a ting, whatever you like, sound when it's
Well, it does a
passing the
ting
signal.
when the signal ahead is cleared, I think.
Yes,
Once you've
correct.
accepted it, then it'll do like a ting every now and then.
Well, when you're approaching a signal that's green, it'll make the ting.
Yeah.
But as soon as it turns out, it'll make a warning.
That none of these are actually buttons except for the sander. All the sander really does is drop sand, but I don't know what that actually is, what's the purpose behind that.
The sander is used for rail adhesion. Well, rail adhesion, lack of rail adhesion. Oh, for blimey now, what am I going on about?
There you go. You stopped yourself from swearing again.
Basically, rail adhesion is like poor rail condition, so you'd use sand for braking and accelerating for extra grip. I believe.
And then these are just lights. Really, none of this is button controlled. If any of these light up, then by pressing alarm acknowledge, it cancels them. And then these controls here control the brightness. So like dimming control controls the background lighting of some of the displays inside the cab. The exterior lights, that's the lights on the front of the train. So yeah, that's really some of the main things that can be controlled. Well, and DRA, that's... Mark, I'm going to need your help with that again. What's DRA for?
Drivers reminded appliance.
And that's mainly involving braking, is it?
What, the DRA?
Yeah.
DRA is used for when you're at a red signal, mainly when in stations. If you activate the DRA when in a station, you won't take power when you go to take power, because people tend to forget that when they get given the right of way at stations and the signal ahead is red, that is quite commonly how a SPAD occurs. So with the DRA, it prevents that.
So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on now because I've got a funny feeling Mark will have got further ahead than me. Have you even left Carstairs yet, Mark?
Yeah, ages.
Whereabouts are you now?
64 miles away.
So you're at least 7 miles ahead of me. So I've still got 73.40 miles.
I'm just driving without the HUD currently because it's better, more realistic.
And now we're going to get to go up to 125 miles an hour. That's the really good thing about this game, Rebecca, is you can get some really nice scenic routes on it.
Where's the instrument lights? Instrument.
It should be under dimming control, Mark, if that's
Oh no,
what
it's different on here. The instrument lights you got dim or bright, and you change it to which one. I've just set it to dim so I can see it with it.
Well, yeah, that's what I've got, dim or bright, but its overall name is the dimming control.
Yeah. It's a switch to my left of the cab.
I've got that too.
Yeah. $58 miles.
Hello, the Holy Knight. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to my stream.
Well, 64-bit seems to be a lot better, I'll tell you that now.
Mark, that's actually another fair point. Can you put like static animals in the fields and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, you can, Rebecca. I think I know though what you're asking, and no, I have not. I think I know what you're hinting at, and I've not seen wolves in the fields. No, but like farm animals, I think you can. Yes.
You can get cows and sheep. And you can also get Welshmen to put in with the sheep.
That's me just past the area. I think that I've just passed the area for the thumbnail was taken from.
This train is tilting the wrong way. I don't like it.
I think that the train's meant to tilt in the direction of the curve.
Yeah, but this train, I don't think it's fitted with tilt.
Oh, you're going to be in hot water then. You
It's
better
getting
not derail, Mark.
It's getting quite scary.
That'll be put on your record.
Well, my record of derailing is quite low.
Yeah, Mark, I don't think you were fooling anyone there as you coughed right before you said that.
He's still quite far behind me. Must be just past it. That's it. 1-3.
Come on, let me deactivate the task.
Press E. Press E.
I am, and it's not letting me.
No. Actually, that alarm acknowledgement, that should colour it. The alarm acknowledgement.
It doesn't, because I actually have to press the button.
That's strange.
Oh no, there we go, it's turned off now.
Right, I'm approaching Betox Summit now. On the up main, which is actually going down the country.
You know, I just realised I got the Holy King's name wrong. I think I said the Holy Knight Max instead of the Holy King Max.
Good.
Oops.
Oh, that's a bit jumpy. No, that's quite sharp. Step 5 brake.
And it's happened again. Oh no, there we go. I've rescued the train. It's not going to come to a stop now.
Oh, blimmin' hell. That's sharp.
Still slowing down a little faster. I'm getting near. How many miles have you got to go?
47 miles.
I've got 58.
Going
The
too
alarm.
fast again.
No, I'm not.
No, me, I'm going too fast. No tilt is getting jumpy. Blimmin' things.
Well, Mark, I know you like things fast, but you've got to change. You've got to
Actually,
maintain your speed limit.
this train isn't designed for this route. It's a citation needed route diversion. It's
Rebecca, which alarm were you referring to? Were you referring to the alarm you heard when I was about to slow down? No, the game isn't multiplayer. You could... Well, Mark, you could roleplay that it's multiplayer, couldn't you?
can roleplay that's multiplayer, yeah.
But it's not an actual multiplayer game.
Now, however much, that would be a great feature.
It would. Oh, do not get me wrong, I would love Train Simulator. If even more than I already do, if they brought out a multiplayer feature.
Yeah.
It would be a brilliant feature to have. Being able to see other people controlling other trains, where you can even make your own avatar for the as the train driver. You can make an avatar of your own to drive
I
the
wouldn't
train.
go.
What?
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I know.
So games are too lazy to do.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in the sense of, what if it was similar to Truckers MP, where
Yeah.
because you can
Yes.
create your own profile and to an extent, Well, actually, Rebecca, that's the thing. There isn't a multiplayer mode at all. Not even if you happen to be driving the same route, you're not going to come across other trains.
Apart from AI.
Unless it was an AI operated train, which is spawned through the use of a portal. That's the only way you'd see other trains. Now, I did think to myself there might have been other trains running on here, but because I'm not in a career mode, I don't think there is any. I'm not far myself either, as I'm going under the bridge that's roughly near the Dumfries area.
No.
You sure?
Etok, main. Etok update 1. The AWS binge just went off simultaneously with the stream, and I don't like.
Has yours gone off at the same time mine's went off?
When yours went off on stream just a second ago, yes, and it was terrifying.
Don't you mean the ping? Because I didn't actually get an AWS warning.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Bing, ping, ting. Whatever.
Well, Rebecca, that's what quite a few people I think that play this game actually do, is they look to try and get really, really nice looking screenshots.
Yeah. The higher graphics, the better the screenshot.
I didn't pay attention there, and I didn't sound the horn, I just shot over a crossing. I can actually take off speed set and allow myself to go faster. Might as well not, because I'm about to hit a 90 mph speed limit zone. That's my own short speed limit, so
I thought that was my train then. The tassel arm that you're currently facing.
no, that was mine that went off.
Yeah, I thought it was my train.
It normally tends to activate for me if I'm going too fast. But actually, that's the thing as well, Rebecca, though, because the scenery can look a lot different depending on what way you're travelling. As well, that's another thing to keep an eye out for. But now that I think about it, I think I'm only just going to go one way. I'm not going to go, I won't have time to do more than one route. Or even do the same route backwards.
100 miles in game is about 2 hours. Just shy of 2 hours in real life.
Well, so far that's my live stream been on for an
Just
hour
over
and basically 30 minutes. An hour and a half. By the way, do you know that screen it shows you the speed, but does it also use the sat-nav to tell you where to go? No, there's not much you can really do with that screen. It just basically tells you at the bottom if there's any faults on the train and what your current speed limit is, that's all.
It's the TMS system, train management system, is used to detect faults within the train.
Thank you, Mark.
"30 miles.
I've got 45 miles to go.
Ah. This is quite a long straight bit actually. Means I can actually put the power down and get away with it.
Well, Rebecca, the game actually, it's not so much that there's a repair system or that, or like there is depots and sidings and that, and you could roleplay that your train needs fixed, but the train never actually breaks down to the point it needs maintenance done on it, I think. If that's about right, Mark, would you agree?
Well, some simulations. I know that the Armstrong Powerhouse BR Class 40, if you overwork the traction motors, they will blow up and it's all gone wrong because you then cannot move the train at all. But regarding to repairs, there isn't really repairs and such. There's just depots, sidings, as Gaz said, they're just there for decoration, really. I've just passed Lockerbie.
I'm coming up to B-Talk up now.
Despite going down.
Yeah, despite going down, I'm going up.
Yeah. Euro Truck Simulator is very different to this. Euro Truck Simulator style, it's more get involved, it's more interactive, if you know what I mean. That's what makes these two games very different. Train Simulator is quite interactive, but it's not as interactive as Euro Truck Simulator. Train Simulator is more of a relaxing driving experience sort of thing. Then again, so is Euro Truck Simulator, so it's about even really. $20 miles.
$38. It can be quite relaxing. If you're doing a quick drive, it's not as demanding because you don't have to watch out for penalties and all that. You can just take a train and go. You can pick what stations to stop at, or you could just do a one long journey from one station to the other without stopping. But it all depends on what game mode you play. Career will have, I want to say requirements, but I'm trying to see if I can think of a different word to describe it. Career will have certain conditions that need to be met in order for you to get the most points. And the career mode can also earn you achievements as well. Quick Drive can unlock some as well. Like I unlocked a Quick 39 achievement 2 nights ago, and that was from taking the Class 390 Pendolino out for more than 39 miles. So it's got its times where it's relaxing, but it also has times where it can be more stressful and demanding. And in some situations it really, really requires your focus that you shut everything else out. Like, one thing you definitely must never do when you're on Train Simulator is get distracted, because it will cost you if you do get distracted. Like, the most common outcome if you get distracted is most likely you'll derail.
I think my worst incident with the getting distracted on Train Simulator was I was doing a run from Paynton to Exeter St David's, and for whatever reason a class 37 had more priority than me. I was driving HST, I was doing like 125, and a single yellow signal came out the corner, and this class 37 joined the main line in front of me, and lo and behold, there was a danger signal right in front of me, so I went straight past it, and I was inches away from hitting the side of the 37 where I stopped.
Yeah,
It was
that's
funny.
another fair point, Rebecca. It can lead to crashes as well. But that's less likely to happen, because again, the signals are designed to go and tell you when each part of track is split into what's called a block. And if a block is currently occupied, the signal in front of that the entrance to that block will always display a red. So it's very unlikely that you'd crash, but if there is another train ahead of you and you don't pay attention, you can crash. I've got 28 miles to go. Well,
Got 10.
29 actually, 29.3.
I'm just passing Quintus Hill up Main. Well, technically Quintus Hill down Main. But looking in a logical term, anyway, because the railway's been done, it's not.
I'm actually keeping a fair speed of around no more than 120, and that's without speed set. I've taken the speed set off. I think what I'll just do is I'll use that for when I'm approaching a station and I really need to slow down and I want to go into a station at a fixed speed.
Yes, Rebecca. The automatic warning system, that tends to play a part in preventing crashes. It'll sound the AWS horn off.
I'm about to pass through Lockerbie.
I passed Lockerbie ages ago.
Don't you dare tell me I should stop there.
No.
Okay, that's good.
but without the AWS and without signals, without TPWS, which is, can't remember what TPWS is. Hang on. Train protection and warning system. TPWS is basically another braking method if a signal gets past a danger, which is rare. So without all that, then we'd have quite a hellish railway. Five miles. Just passing Kingmore.
Oh, I am bang on 125 miles.
In one respect, yes. In the other respect, no. It depends what train you drive. So the fact if you do derail, it will fall apart or not. Like they won't uncouple.
Well, I'm sure actually that when I drove to Class 15A on the Kyle line, the train actually exploded.
What? No, that's not how it works.
Well, I'm not sure. It's been a while since it last happened, but I'm sure that something bad happened.
Something bad does happen, and when trains hit each other at high speed, they will derail and fly off. But they don't fall apart and they don't blow up. Although thinking about it, if a train did hit each other in Train Simulator, it would be quite cool to see them spontaneously explode.
I could have sworn something like that happened to me because I went and caused the train, because I shot through a junction at Dingwall at max speed on the Class 15A. The Class 158 spun off the track, smashed into the other Class 158 parked at Dingwall at platform 1, and then just continued sliding across the map. I can't remember how far back it was since that had happened, but something did definitely happen.
I'm on the final approach to Carlisle. I'm on the station Throw.
I'm approaching Kirtle Bridge up Main.
Yes, it would be. And 20-mile-an-hour limit on the station throat. I'm going into platform 4.
Speaking of the devil, I'm going into platform 4 as well.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You know, I thought you were going to say something else like, no, you need to go into a different platform.
No, bugger off is my platform.
No, that's my platform, I'm going there.
Well, technically, my service is running ahead of yours. So,
Yes, Inverness. I might do another live stream in a few days on that line, but I'll be doing that with a class 158. I am not doing the classes that currently exist on it. Or maybe I could try and make my own scenario where I can drive that train and call at every station. But that'll take a while for me to figure out. But I'll only do another live stream if I get a decent amount of compliments about this one. Because I obviously don't want to do something too much if people aren't interested in it.
well, I think the only reason they're not interested in it is because A, it's being done at bloody 3 o'clock in the morning, near enough.
No, well, this was started earlier, Mark. This has been going on for an hour, 2 hours basically. So this actually started at 1, basically.
It did start at 1, near enough. It was about, it's about 10 to 1 that it started. Right, I have stopped in Carlisle. I have opened doors. I got the nice screenshot. And I have finished my route.
I'm gonna just get a few more of like the different angles of the train being driven at, and then I'm not far off now because that's me just crossed another level crossing. I think that's the last one before I arrive at Carlisle. Or I think there might be one more. Under a bridge and I'm looking down on a train through a road. Oh, a nice S wave there. And this is going to be the last screenshot I'm going to aim to take, and then I'll focus on just driving the train into the station. Probably Dingwall, Garv, and Kyle Flacalch would be my favourite stops on that line. But I think I actually have to reinstall the Kyle line because it's a third-party version I've got. I never actually bought it directly from Steam because it was actually available before they sold it on Steam, I think. Right, here we go again. I'm actually gonna just quickly see if I can... Is there any more level crossings? Because I'll at least get the train crossing one of them. No, you can't, I don't think, Rebecca. I've not heard of any way of playing music on trains. I've not actually heard of something. Oh, there is one more, I think. No, is that a bridge or is that a crossing? No, it's a crossing. No, it's a bridge. No, it's a crossing. Even though I don't typically like recording this type of crossing.
Hello.
Man, I can't wait to get up off this chair once I finish this stream because my legs are hurting. Ow, ow, ow.
Only 5 miles.
Only 2 miles to go. Well, 2.5. Well, that says made it to Carlisle. Only took me 2 hours. Well, that's it. Well, I guess that's all there is to it, folks. I don't have time to do another route or even do the same route in the opposite direction and go Carlisle to Glasgow Central. But yeah, hope you enjoyed watching this, and maybe, just maybe, I might make this into a thing and do some more frequent live streams. All depends though on how many people show interest in this. Not obviously right now, but even though the live recording of it's finishing up now, if enough people that show it see it after I finished recording it showed interest in it and there's comments put up about it and they're good, pardon me, I might actually look at making this into a habit. Maybe a weekly basis I'll do a live stream per week or 2 at the most. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I'd like to thank Mark from MA Railway Productions, or Media, sorry, for joining me as well. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mark?
No, that's everything really.
Not even a thank you for having me.
No, thank you for having me then.
No worries, anytime. You're welcome to join me on any of the live streams. As it says before though, check out his YouTube channel. I think it's really good. It deserves to get looked at. To see the content he puts up. It's
pretty
really
dead,
good content. Pardon?
It's pretty dead, not gonna lie.
Oh well, then here's me doing a bit of advertising for you as well. Then.
No, I mean just like it's dead with content. There's like nothing uploaded on it.
Yeah, but
just
obviously there's reasons for that.
true.
You can't help that. So oh well, actually it's 102 miles the overall route, or maybe it's 102 because I've not parked right where the train normally spawns in Carlisle. I've gone right to the other end of the station.
Should
Pardon?
shouldn't really make a difference.
Nah, shouldn't really. So yeah, that's it. Thanks again everyone for watching, and have a good day or night wherever you are. Take care now. Bye.